What's going on, everyone? So, Lakers big three. LeBron, Luka, Austin Reeves really looked great. Probably one of the best games that they've had as the three of them. And it wasn't just like the scoring numbers and stuff like that. It was, you saw all three be able to play off of each other. You saw all three be able to kind of have their moments, kind of have their pockets, which is what I've talked about, right? I've talked about even JJ needs to find ways to kind of get each guy their time to shine, right? I've even talked about kind of having these like 5-man groups, right? Like have a 5-man group with Luka, where these are the 4 best guys that play off of Luka, right? Rui's done really well, Jackson Hayes, right? Whatever, Marcus Smart, Jared, whoever those guys are, right? Maxi Kleber, right? You have those kind of 4 guys around Luka. That's kind of the Luka unit. Then you have kind of the Austin Reeves unit, right? You've seen DeAndre Ayton and Austin Reeves play really well off each other. You add in LeBron, right? LeBron and Austin Reeves play well off each other. LeBron's played really well with Ayton and Jake LaRavia. So I'd add Jake LaRavia to that mix. Maybe Gabe Vincent's that other guy, right? Like kind of have these units to where, hey, these guys can go out there, thrive, play well. And I thought you saw that, right? You saw like Luka goes to the bench, LeBron James and Austin Reeves, go time. And I also think that there's good balance because Luka likes to get going early, right? So you can let Luka go get his 20 plus in that first quarter early in the game, and then he can kind of trickle out the rest of the game, and then LeBron and Austin Reeves can kind of find their spots. Luka's still going to go get another 10 or whatever, 15, whatever, throughout the course of the game. But Luka and LeBron, and historically, LeBron kind of likes to take a step back in that first quarter. Even like prime LeBron would take a step back, try to get other guys involved. So I think you'll be able to continue to find these pockets and ways. Now, I don't think it's a complete perfect product because we have seen games where it's a little rocky, more reps, more opportunities. Right? I think this team will really thrive. But I also think that this, and particularly that Clipper game, it really highlights even further the need for two-way wing and athleticism depth, right? Something that I've talked about all since the offseason. I've made several videos about it, different guys, all that stuff. I've talked to Keon Ellis, guys like that, Andrew Wiggins, all of that, right? But Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves, they're going to be able to generate you and get you, 120 points a night. Seriously, it's great. Like Luka's going to go get you his 30 on most nights. LeBron and Austin Reeves get you 25 each, talking between the three of them, getting probably at least, 75 to 80 points a night offense, right? And then on top of that, plus their assist and playmaking, right? So talking, again, let's say 75 points, then get you at least another 25 plus in just more generated offense that they created, right? So you're talking bare minute 120 points that they're going to be able to get. Again, they put up over 130 on the Clippers, right? Put up 135 on the Clippers. And, again, I'm not expecting Luka to drop 40 a night and Reeves 31 and LeBron, 25 and all that stuff. But again, if they kind of just say average out all three of them, you're going to be able to get a lot of that offensive production. But to me, again, it's why I think you need kind of those complementary guys, right? Because guys like Rui Hachimura was great. He gave you 13, shot the ball well, all of that, but he doesn't give you the defense out there on the perimeter, right? Like if you could turn a Rui into an Andrew Wiggins, right? If Andrew Wiggins is willing to kind of buy into that role of hey, let me just kind of be that defense stopper, that athleticism guy. And it's why I want a high-end guy and I want kind of a low-end guy. Go get an Andrew Wiggins and a Keon Ellis. So you can always have somebody out there on the basketball court at all times. So you can have the Luka Doncic unit with him and Marcus Smart, maybe Jackson Hayes and, have Keon Ellis, Andrew Wiggins, right? And then Maxi Kleber or whatever, however you want to do, right? You could have those guys out there. You have the defense and versatility and two-way capability. And then, you could have Austin Reeves and LeBron with Keon. So Reeves, Keon, Andrew Wiggins, LeBron, and DeAndre Ayton out there. That's a 5 that could probably get you to the playoffs, right? And then you add in Luka at times, and then you have, kind of your starting 5 of Luka, Reeves, Wiggins, LeBron, and Ayton. And then, again, you just have that better balance, but you have guys that can kind of slot in. And when Luka is cooking, Luka's giving you those games, he's giving you 45 or whatever, right? LeBron James doing his thing, Austin Reeves doing his thing. You see, like, the role guys, it's very vital that they play their role, right? They're not going to get the opportunities to score as much. Now, don't get me wrong, there's going to be nights where you are going to need them to score. Now, you are going to have nights where Luka is kind of struggling a little bit, but you still have Austin Reeves and LeBron, right? And either of those guys go get you 30 plus, right? Same thing. Like if LeBron has an off night, Austin Reeves and Luka go get you 30 plus, right? If, Austin Reeves, again, it's just, you have that ability to where those three guys can elevate. But yes, again, there will be nights where, hey, you might need Rui to go get you 20 instead of 13, or you might need whatever. But again, if you have the defense, then it takes pressure off your offense. If you have the two-way capability, then you still have guys that can still score the basketball. Like in Andrew Wiggins, if Reeves or Luka or LeBron or whomever are having an off night, you can still give the ball to that guy, to Andrew Wiggins, and he can be, he go get you 25 or 30 on any given night, right? Like, again, I don't want to lose offense, right? Like, I don't want to, like, I'm not saying like, oh, hey, forget playing Rui, just play Jared Vanderbilt because Vandos fell out of the rotation, but Rui should be the one. Like, I'm not saying anything like that. You still need the offense, but to me, I think you need kind of more of that two-way play, right? You can argue about like, okay, well, what about, games where, LeBron's out for the night or Luka's out for the night. Again, that's why if you have the two-way guys, like Jake LaRavia could still step up and go get you more offense. Like, again, if you get an Andrew Wiggins, he's a guy that could step up out of the offense. Like, and we've seen, even with, LeBron City, we've seen Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves sit and these guys be able to go win games, right? And you can find those offensive pieces, right? It's finding legit two-way capability, finding that athleticism out on the perimeter. It's something, look, we knew in the offseason that the Lakers needed that. We knew after preseason that the Lakers needed that. We've seen that, and we've talked about it all regular season thus far. But, again, like, watching Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves in that game, it's just like, dude, they're so good. They're so elite generating the offense, and just they've found their pockets. Right now, obviously, again, you need them to consistently play to that level. You need them to consistently, be able to play to a high level together, right? I don't want to be like, oh, that's it. Like, watch out, give the Larry O'Brien already, because look, Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves have figured it out. You need multiple game stretches, playoffs, right? Like, you need a lot of those things to really be able to go, okay, like, this is it. But, I just watching that game and just watching Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves be able to cook it, it's just like, man, having a Keon Ellis and Andrew Wiggins out there while these guys are cooking the way that they are, this game would have been over a lot sooner, because those guys, because you don't need like you saw, like Jake LaRavia, guys like that, like Gabe Vincent, all those guys are out there, but you don't need them to score. You don't need them to do it. All you need them to do is just defend. Right? Because Luka's killing and LeBron James is killing, Austin Reeves killing, and they're killing together and they're playing off of each other, do all that stuff, and you're just sitting back like they're gonna go drop 140 by themselves, right? Like they're a base to do that between their playmaking and all that other stuff. You just need guys that can stay ready, catch the ball, knock down the open three, but also be able to defend and do the dirty work, make the hustle plays and all that stuff, right? And you can even ask, like, okay, well, what about if LeBron retires after this season? One, I think if the Lakers win the championship, he's probably not retiring, right? You're gonna try to run it back because at that point he's one away from Jordan, right? So to me, but let's say he does, right? You still need those guys, right? Like you still need a Keon Ellis and Andrew Wiggins and a Dude Thero and all these guys, right? So it's not like those are things that like, oh, you only need with LeBron, Luka, and Austin. No, you still need those guys alongside Luka and Austin Reeves. Now you can find that starting four. You can find that guy, right? Or maybe a Dude Thero's the guy that moves into that spot and plays that spot. I know a lot of people want Rui to be it, and look, again, I've said, if you can get Andrew Wiggins and a Keon Ellis, just again using them as examples, but let's say if you can get those two guys and still keep Rui, do it. Like get those two guys and keep Rui. But chances are you're probably going to have to trade Rui in order to get one of those guys, right? Most likely Andrew Wiggins, right? Like Miami already wants Rui Hachimura in the offseason. I think it was Rui and Jared Vanderbilt was what they wanted. Jared Vanderbilt clearly has fallen out of the rotation at this point. This is 3 straight games where he got a DNP. He didn't even get garbage time play, right? So it's tough. It's like, what do you do at this point? I think you got to trade him. And I just think if you can, right? Like, because again, watching Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves just cook the way that they were. Like, all I was thinking was like, man, just Marcus Smart, Jared Vanderbilt. Right? Like, you know, you got to have a center. So Jackson is. So I guess Jackson is Jared Vanderbilt. And then when Jared Vanderbilt's not in the game, Marcus Smart. Right? And just let those three just cook. Let those three go get you 120 points of generated offense. Right? But, you know, again, like, the problem with Jared Vanderbilt is he just gives you nothing offensively. Right? So if you can get that offensive guy, then you can leave him out there on the court and have him do that. Right? Andrew Wiggins and Keon Ellis, guys like that. They can knock down the three ball, but they can also kind of fade into kind of doing that dirty work, right? And I even think that there's a bit of an argument to be made. You might not even need kind of the higher end guys. You might just be able to get away with just kind of the lower end guys. Just because if LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves can continue to play to this level, then you do that, and then you can go get a higher end guy in a post-LeBron era if you needed to, right? Because, you know, like a Matisse Thybulle or something like that might just fit that role better of just like, because, you know, as Andrew Wiggins just going to want to be relegated to a 3-and-D guy, right, when he can do more. I don't know. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass question you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.